It's a phenomenon we call thought-action fusion. Thought-action fusion. And it's this belief or this fear that thinking something bad means that you will do something bad. You see this a lot with Harm OCD. So Harm OCD, one of the most common subtypes of OCD itself, it is an area where people really get caught up in kind of this thought-action fusion. So an image, a thought of harming someone else, the most distressing thoughts for people tend to be if they're these images or worries of harming someone close to them, someone they love, a family member, a friend, a spouse, whoever it may be. A lot of times it's children, kind of crosses the line over into what we call pedophile OCD as well. People fear and worry that just having these thoughts pop into their head means that they actually will do it. That is thought-action fusion. If I have a thought about harming someone, that means I will harm them. But that is not the case. And this is why it's really important to really get a solid understanding of the nature of your own obsessions, the nature of your own intrusive thoughts. And again, through processes like CBT and ERP, even though people do not like the prospect of purposely thinking about hurting others, purposely conjuring up images of maybe even killing others, purposely creating these scenarios in their mind where maybe they're doing things like assault, sexual assault, whatever it may be. Yet nobody likes that prospect. Nobody wants to be thinking about this stuff. But again, when it comes to ERP, what you can learn is that you can face that stuff. You can write this stuff out. You can talk about it with your OCD specialist or your NOCD pro. You can even kind of create these what we call worst case scenarios where it's all your worst fears come to life, that you are actually doing all these things you're worried you're capable of doing, which, by the way, chances are you are not actually really capable of doing this stuff. In my experience, people who struggle with things like with Harm OCD and pedophile OCD are some of the most loving, caring, compassionate people in the world that would never hurt a fly. And that is exactly why the nature of those thoughts is bothering them so much. So with ERP, it's not a pleasant prospect. I completely understand that. I do appreciate that. So you have to think about the long-term game when you're getting into ERP, which is I can face this stuff. I can purposely think about this stuff. I can talk to my therapist about this stuff. And even though that will feel really unpleasant, if I do that, if I'm open about it, if I'm direct about it, if I'm purposely putting it out there and purposely facing it myself, all the while not seeking reassurance, all the while not engaging in compulsions, you will learn, A, your anxiety around experiencing those thoughts will come down, and B, like I said, chances are you're not actually going to follow through with any of those harmful thoughts, harmful images.